Oh yeah, sexy biscuits. Nice.
Long Boys 1975. YouTubers on the rise. Reviewing games late at night and sometimes friends. But Long Boys 1975.
This is Lemmings on the Game Boy, released by Ocean. Oh, I did not know that, in 1993. And obviously it's a port of the original game released by Psygnosis, a word I simply could not pronounce when I was a child in 1991. Safe to say you all know what Lemmings is, and if you watched my last video then you know what the game is about. It's a, a strategic puzzle game where you have to basically clear a screen keeping a certain number of your lemmings alive. Each lemming can perform multiple tasks, and you must use these tasks to guide them from the start of the level to the end of the level. I will be attempting to play this on the Amiga. I'm playing this out of sequence obviously on the Amiga at some point, but that does involve me having to dig out my A500 Mini, which is racked away in the other room with all the other stuff I don't use because space is premium, and I can't play it on my Super Console X, that version, or the Atari ST, because it won't recognise a mouse being plugged in. But I thought it would be more fun to take a look at the versions, such as I did with the Spectrum, on machines you would think simply could not run it. And I say that, but it's not that sort of intense a game to run, is it? I say get systems that should not run it, because what this would be like on stuff like the Atari Lynx, the Game Gear, and this, which all had versions of Lemmings, like on a screen that small, particularly one that's not backlit, and particularly one that ghosts as much as this, I don't know. But I'm playing this through emulation, so simple enough controls. No idea what this got reviewed like on the Game Boy, but music, sound effects, we'll go with music. Fun, tricky, taxing, mayhem. Right, we're going to go with fun. New level, start. Yeah, I'm only going to do a few of the tutorial levels because I just want to see how this racks up to the previous version I played and all the other versions I'm hopefully going to play. We'll say hopefully at this point. So let's get into it. Start. Level 1, fun. Just dig. As I said, tutorial. Lemmings 10. Save 1. Release rate 50. Time 3 minutes. Press A to continue. So, there's the map. There's the exit. Hey, it looks alright. And they're animated alright. And we got music. So in the bottom are our stats. Time bottom right. And then out 6, because obviously it's counting up as they drop down. And then in 0. So how do I... Oh, hang on. I hold B and then I press left or right and I can select said lemming action. Then if I press... So we got to pause. Is it just me? Does that sound like one of the Robocop tunes on the Spectrum? I mean, it is Ocean, and also that's not necessarily a bad thing. But I've noticed that all my lemmings are floating. Anyway, fire. There we go, select. I have to give it credit where credit is due. The animation is superb. And now we wait. Should have dug a hole there with the first one, shouldn't I? To save those precious seconds. And I have found out that, since my Spectrum video, that that's how this game is supposed to go. If you've got lemmings that can't leave the screen because they're performing actions such as blocking to stop other lemmings, plummeting, because lemmings do like to plummet. Alexander Lemming, he loves to plummet. See what I did there? You can't unrelease them, and therefore once you've triggered the, or you've reached the amount, I should say, that you need to clear the stage, you have to wait. Maybe we can clear it on this. Don't know. Maybe I should get a white stick. Don't know. But we'll find out. We'll go across the console versions. All lemmings accounted for. You needed 1. You rescued 9. You totally stormed that level. You can complete the next. Thanks. Your access code for level 2 is Tervenvended. Okay, so we got passcodes. Good to know. Fire. Right, is it going to be the same music all the way through? In which case I understand when it gave us the ability to turn it off. So get the map at the top of the screen. Don't get map in game. Level 2, fun. Only floaters can survive this. Yeah, this game. Floaters. That means something entirely different to me in people in Bristol. Anyway, Lemmings 10, save 1, release rate 50, time 3 minutes. Right, so what's release rate? If we're only going to release 10, is that? Takes 50 seconds? Don't know, eh? So, we want parachute. There we go. And immediately answers my question, by the way. Different music. How many tunes there are? Don't know. It's good music. Right. Can you hear that? So, once I've added their said ability, it does boop, which is quite handy. I mean, the Game Boy's a pretty capable machine, believe it or not, and it can do stuff that not even the NES could do, which people kind of thought, you know, were kind of similar but portable version of the NES. So, I mean, I don't know why I'm surprised. This is alright. All Lemmings accounted for. You use one, blah blah blah, mastery time, blah blah blah. Superb! You rescued them all. But can you do it again? Your access code for level 3 is Gafudra. Press A to continue. Right, this is the blockers, isn't it? Yeah. So study the map at the top, I guess, before you get into the game. A to continue. And then immediately block. And then there we go. Obviously, the closer you do it, you save time. Although, to be fair, since we're going to have to wait this one out, it's essentially all about winding the clock down on the easy stages. Different music in. I like the music. The music's really, really good. I mean, it's Ocean. They get a lot of flack for some of their console stuff because it wasn't really up to the standard of their micro stuff. But when you're on top of their game, they're on top of their game. Right, this is where I always go wrong. Don't need to put blocker in because they're heading that direction until you assign an action to them or they plummet. It works really, really quite well. It's not laggy, you know, like as in you cross your aiming receptacle, if you will. I wouldn't say it glides around the room, but it's decent enough speed because obviously you've got to do this. There we go. What's my time doing? Meaning, how long do I have to wait? 2 minutes. Well, we'll find out. There must be a way. Like, I know it's a time-driven game, score and stuff like that, based on the, you know, how long it takes and stuff like that. But there must be a way to skip it. I mean, seriously. Otherwise I'll be inserting jump cut shot. Anyway, hang on, select. Hey! Why? I mean, obviously it couldn't do that on the Spectrum because we don't have a D-pad with 2 buttons and I guess 2 mode select buttons, but there you go. The Fugativen. Press A code to, right, what are we doing on this one? Some miners, some climbers. Alright, so we dig, baby, dig! Won't be restoring our economy in this one, though. And then we climb, baby, climb. So, A. And then... the menu works, sorry, actually quite well. Why is it not working? Do I have to, like... it's... no, you've only, because it tells you what you've got. 10 climbs, because obviously it's a tutorial, but now it's going into 2 actions to get you used to the game. Right, so why couldn't I prescribe? Oh, I could, it just didn't work. That's a bit weird, not gonna lie. Right, hang on. Look at the water. I mean, for what it is, running on a console, it's a pretty decent interface. Oh, listen to that. Did it just break out into a bit of Western? Yeah. Look at them. I mean, you can see why when this first came out, no video game had this much charm. They generally are characters in themselves. There we go. Climb, baby, climb. Why are they... My timing's a bit off. Obviously, make sure they're on the wall. They still, even like the lack of colours, obviously it's a Game Boy, I'm aware that walked into that, you've only got two, but the animation, you can still see them walk off into the sunset. Like, come on, you straggling little bastards. Oh, I can't stay mad at you, Alexander. Point for who Alexander is. Or where he's from, I should say, because I've already established that Alexander is a lemming. Because he loves to plummet. Alright, come on, boys. I shouldn't assume their gender, should I? Tough shit, I'm going to assume their gender. They're boys. Hey! Yeah, I mean, if you love Lemmings and for whatever reason this was the only way you could play it, I mean, if this was your only system, hey, it's a good system when you've got loads of great games, but if you had only a handheld system, well, sucks to be you, but you got to play Lemmings. Let's attempt one more level. But also, quickly, you need to turn your rescue 10, boss, spot on, now try the next. Your access code for level 5 is press A to continue and B for menu, so... Bollocks. I should have pressed A. New level. Enter your... Oh, fuck this. Balls that up, didn't I? Thanks, game. Ah, it won't let me select a level. Oh well, never mind. We live, we learn. Onwards and upwards, I say. But yeah, Lemmings on the Game Boy, I'm quite impressed with this. This certainly plays better than a Spectrum, which you would have thought would be vice versa. But yeah, well done, Ocean. Well done indeed. Anyways, always I love to think, especially if you actually played Lemmings on the Game Boy. This was the only way you could play Lemmings back in the day. And also if you played it since on emulation or stuff, because I think this is a pretty decent port. Did the sequel get ported to this? Don't know. Anyways, always I love to know what you think. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you later.